All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's January 1st, 2024. How y'all doing out there? How was y'all New Year's? Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Elevation Nation Conversations. It's your man, God Body Sean. Coming to the Elevation Nation tribe. We're going to chop up some game and check in with y'all, see how y'all doing. I, I ran across a video the other day, and it made me think of a lot of people don't understand why there's a disconnect between the police, uh, I guess, police community and the minority communities that they patrol and are supposed to quote unquote serve and protect. Is because we have dealings with them from ages, ever since slavery days up until now. But we have dealings with them where a lot of them are just not correct. They're not correct. It's institutionalized racism. And what they mean by that is you have people with a certain mindset going into the public sector where they're dealing with the public on a daily basis, and they're put in a position to make decisions and make life-changing decisions with the public and the community, but they still have a racist mindset or a immature or ignorant mindset. And I've seen that firsthand, when I was in Chicago in the streets doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing, but now I've grown and elevated and I've matured. So I don't have any problem with the police because I'm not doing shit illegal. But I do understand from a perspective of dealing with them on that level. And this video is a video of some police officers, some undercover police officers in a undercover vehicle, but they're in uniform, but they're in Kentucky and they're riding around just throwing slushies and drinks on people for just no reason. Just doing some silly stuff. But let's check it out, then we'll come back and give you my commentary on it. All right.
How about a drink?
It's nasty, sickening behavior. Innocent people just standing there getting slushies thrown at them from a passing car. And you won't believe who's throwing the drinks. They're uniformed police officers patrolling the streets of Louisville, Kentucky in an unmarked car. You can hear them yucking it up the entire time. They actually recorded their cruel antics and shared the video with some of their fellow cops. In this incident, a marked police car following them records a slushie hitting a pedestrian.
The outrageous attacks took place over 11 months in 2018 and 2019, but the video has only been obtained this week by the Courier-Journal newspaper following a Freedom of Information request. Locally, the scandal became known as Slushygate after at least 24 innocent civilians had slushies like this thrown at them.
The two officers in the undercover car were identified as Curtis Flynn, 40, and Brian Wilson, 36. They were members of an elite undercover drug task force. Both have pled guilty. Flynn was sentenced to 3 months. Wilson got 30 months. And it wasn't just slushies. The accused cops also seemed to take pleasure in driving through puddles, drenching people waiting at bus stops. The mayor of Louisville says the culture of the police department has changed, and something like this could not happen again.
Now, these are police officers, undercover police officers, on police time, basically doing vandalism crimes, or whatever you call it, that they're doing against, the public. Vandalism crimes. Now, these guys right here, I'll bet you they were in high school and grammar school or middle school, whatever. They were the nerds that were picked on, probably never had the girlfriends, or probably never played sports, or they did play sports, they weren't good. And now they get out of high school, because you don't need a college education to be a law enforcement officer or anything like that. You can go to that straight out of fucking high school. But they probably took the test, passed the test, and now they're officers dealing with the public and the community on a daily basis. These grown men are 40 and I think they said 36. I couldn't even imagine or just even think about doing something silly like this when I was a teenager. We didn't do nothing like that because we knew what the we knew what the consequences could be from somebody else or from, police. You get arrested for doing stuff like that. That could basically kind of be assault, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They're even riding through the city, hitting the puddles and splashing the water on the people at the bus stops. Now I'm willing to bet you that if anybody in that community tried to go down to the local police precinct and make a report about this, they get intimidated and they get ran up out of that police headquarters, that police precinct. They wouldn't even take them serious, I don't think, unless they had some evidence like they do with this video. Hit that like, share, subscribe button, Elevation Nation Conversations. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Oh, before we go ahead with this, YouTube like to play games. They want to hit you with a strike if you're using somebody else's content. So this video is from Inside Edition. So let me read this copyright disclaimer so I don't get a strike on the video. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for the fair use of purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of the fair use. So fair use. But these are the things that a lot of the guys, and as a matter of fact, they said in the video that they're part of an elite drug task force. So these are the dudes that are on the streets undercover, coming in contact with the drug dealers and the people that, in that realm. So how many times have you heard, or I've even heard partners or friends of mine or buddies of mine that, was in that life or whatever, saying, yeah, man, they put that on me, or nah, they ain't catch that on me, they took this or took that, and wouldn't nobody believe them. But seeing the character of officers like this lets you know that's the real deal. They do that. They will plant shit on you. They will take money from you. They will rough you up and and kick you in the nuts or hit you and all that, beat you up. They will do that. They do that. It's real deal. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. All right, I'm back with y'all. I'm sorry, I'm back with y'all. But it's out there, and to even ducktail off of that, you got guys like this that will go into the military and in other public service realms, like they'll become judges, lawyers, doctors. It goes that deep. It goes that deep down a rabbit hole where this is what you call institutionalized racism or just ignorance. And you got people that have that mindset and that thought process that they're still elite or they're still better than others, whatever. And they go into these private and public sectors of work. And now they're enacting their ideals and their thoughts on the general public. Yeah. So please believe when you hear some of the stories from young men or people in the marginalized communities, the minority communities, the financially lower level communities, when they're telling you stories about incidents and things that they've went through or have happened to them dealing with the police, please believe it's real. Not all of them are like that. Not all cases or stories are true that, allegations that, accusations that people, try to put on them, but it does happen. It happens often. And then this is just something that's just silly. Them throwing slushies on just innocent people walking down the street. Now imagine if it was something more heinous or sinister. where they riding around at night with ski masks on and they shooting innocent bystanders or, innocent people. It could even be to the point where they can be out of uniform and just when they're off duty or just in their civilian life, they could be doing stuff like that. And because they know how the police system works and how they patrol and things like that, they could easily get away with it and know how to get away with it or whatever. I'm quite sure there are some police officers that have murdered or killed people when they were in their civilian attire or civilian gear and just, it's some sick people out here. Things like that do happen. So you ain't crazy. It does happen, and video only makes it more prevalent and lets you know that it really is real because now you have the actual proof and you can see. So I'm glad they got some jail time. They should have got longer. Hopefully when they get locked up, somebody put some hands on them or make them their wife or something. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. It's Elevation Nation Conversations. I'm going to get up out of here with y'all. Peace to y'all and the family. Happy New Year. And check me out on the next one. All right, we out.